Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're tackling one of the most, truly mind-bending ideas in all of science. It's called string theory, and it suggests something pretty amazing, that our entire universe might just be, well, a grand cosmic symphony.
So to really wrap our heads around this, we've got to start with a really basic question. What's the smallest thing anywhere? You might think atoms, or maybe the protons and neutrons inside them. But what's the absolute bottom-of-the-barrel, fundamental building block of, well, everything? For the longest time, science thought the answer was a simple point, a tiny dimensionless dot. But string theory proposes something completely different, and honestly, way more beautiful.
And this is where that huge shift in thinking happens. The old view is on the left. Everything is made of these little zero-dimensional points. An electron is a dot. A quark is a dot. Simple, right? But that picture, it's just not complete. String theory, over on the right, totally reimagines this. It says if you could zoom in, like way, way past anything we can currently see, you'd find those dots aren't dots at all. They're actually tiny, one-dimensional loops of pure, vibrating energy.
So what does this actually mean? It means every single particle we've ever found, the electron powering your screen, the quarks that build your body, they aren't fundamentally different things. They're all just different vibrations, different notes being played on the exact same kind of underlying cosmic string.
And this is the absolute best way to get a handle on this. The key to making this whole thing intuitive? Just think about a guitar.
Let's just quickly break down how a guitar works, because it's the perfect analogy. You've got a string stretched out, you pluck it, right? You're adding energy, and that makes it vibrate. And depending on how it vibrates, its frequency, you hear a specific musical note, a C, a G, whatever. Different vibrations give you different notes. Makes perfect sense.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the core of string theory. Okay, now just swap that guitar string for one of those tiny loops of energy out in space. It vibrates with a very specific pattern, and that vibration appears to us as a particle. One particular note looks like an electron to us. A different vibrational note, that looks like a quark. A third one looks like a photon of light. It's all the same fundamental string, just playing a different tune.
The analogy goes even deeper than that. Just like musical notes can combine to create harmonies and chords, these little cosmic strings interact with each other. And it's through those interactions, this kind of cosmic resonance, that the fundamental forces of nature, like gravity and electromagnetism, are supposed to emerge. It's like the entire rulebook for our universe is written in music.
Okay, so it's a really elegant, kind of poetic way to see the universe. But so what? What's the actual scientific reason for all this? Why have physicists spent decades working on this incredibly complex idea? What problem is it really trying to solve?
Well, this is its grand ambition. For about 100 years, physics has been split down the middle. You've got Einstein's general relativity on one side, that describes gravity and the huge stuff like galaxies, and then you have quantum mechanics on the other, which describes all the other forces and the super tiny stuff. The thing is, they both work perfectly in their own worlds, but they completely break down when you try to put them together. String theories are best shot at finally uniting them into one single elegant framework, a true theory of everything.
So, the crucial point is that this isn't just some abstract fantasy. A theory of everything would have huge implications. It could finally unlock the secrets of the most extreme places in the universe, like what's really going on inside a black hole. It might even be able to tell us about the very first moments of the Big Bang. It could explain the incredible forces that hold an atom's nucleus together. We're talking about one set of rules for everything.
And that brings us right back to our cosmic symphony. If every particle is just a note and the laws of physics are the harmony, it paints this picture of a universe that is just profoundly musical. It's an idea that, even though it's still unproven, leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to think about. If our universe really is a symphony, who's the composer?